But there's lots of things that get in the way, and perhaps the most important things are the first three things there. Bonuses, career, and reporting, or bonuses, promotion, and reporting structures. Self-organization works brilliantly until you start saying, well, hang on, we've got individual KPIs, or hang on, we promote individuals on their contribution, or hang on, you have to report your daily, every month, or we have a one-on-one where you report your status. It works brilliantly until you start focusing on individuals. Now, America is maniacal about individualism. And when you talk about breaking up the bonus model, so it's team-based, they describe you as a communist, or a socialist, actually, which apparently is worse than a communist. Who knew? Anyway, they're like, is your name Bernie or something? And I'm like, no, but hang on a minute. So this is a complex piece of work, right? They go, yeah. And that requires a team, a cross-discipline set of individuals to work together to deliver value. Yeah. Okay, so how about we measure them as a team? No. What? Well, somebody might not pull their weight. They might not do enough work. You might have lazy people that in America, being lazy is, you have to beat them frequently with sticks. And I'm like, well, who cares? If the team's happy, no, that will never work. So there was a large financial, when we're on video, I have to be a little bit more discreet than when we're in smaller groups, but there's a large financial institution in the Boston area that have been adopting Scrum. They were the second company ever to do Scrum. And frankly, they've never really succeeded. They've got a lot of benefits out of Scrum, and they've definitely delivered a lot of value, and they've got great products, but they've never got to that next level. And the reason why they've never got to that next level primarily is because 60% of their salary or their take-home is based on a bonus. That bonus is dependent on an individual, on an individual set of KPIs that has a manager that determines if you pass those KPIs. Those KPIs are written by that manager. That manager usually isn't in your work stream. So that basically means there's always going to be a conflict of interest. In fact, to such an extent that individuals were on multiple Scrum teams, all working differently, all to a set of different agendas and objectives. And guess what? They never, ever got the value out of the Scrum teams that they actually wanted. And that's the other problem that we see with self-organization when individuals are on multiple. We love teams so much we put you on 20 of them. We love teams, right? So that kind of gets in the way of self-organization. It certainly gets in the way of psychological safety, and it certainly gets in the way of focus. So all of these things can get in the way of self-organization. Self-organization is incredibly hard, but we're starting to see that change. There's a large bank in Charlotte that has the same name as the country, so you might better work that out yourself. And they're going all in to this model of working. So they've realigned their business around value streams. Over 1,000 people are involved in these value streams. And they have this big planning meeting once a quarter. It's a PI planning. They are using SAFe, or they're sort of using SAFe-ish. And what they do is they get everybody into this convention center and allow teams to reorganize based on the objectives. They allow people to move teams. And you see them. You see them moving. And then the HR systems afterwards are a nightmare, apparently. But they see them moving from team to team during it. Now, it's not much movement. There's only a limited amount of movement. Maybe because there's more UX in this particular sprint or this particular PI, this program increment. You're going to see some UX people move into these teams, or maybe the security's become more of an issue, or maybe because there's a back-end system. You see some movement, and you see these runners running around talking about that, and you see the Scrum Masters trying to facilitate using liberating structures or something, the process, and you see that all happening with 1,000 people. It's amazing. They spend about $250,000 every quarter to do this, about 250,000. It's amazing. So you can do it. So there is hope. So we can change. The other way to do it is cheating.